Good evening, everyone. Today we are discuss about how to code in Spring and Spring Boot. Okay, let's start. Spring and Spring Boot. Okay, next. Spring has interesting concept of containers. The main purpose. We will get interest on it. And developers mostly they uses Spring Boot application. Spring Boot can do. You don't you don't create objects. We have frameworks will create and manage objects for us. This is the Springboot says. Springboot says you don't need to create objects. You don't need to create objects. And we has frameworks will create and manage the object for you. Objects for you. Yes. Then in the Springboot application, we have layered application in the project in the Springboot project. Let me say in the Spring we have different projects. Springboot we choose as a the project is Springboot. Yeah, there are three types of layers in the Spring Boot. The first one is controller layer. Controller layer. The second one, service layer. Third one, repository or developer layer. Repository or yeah, these three types we have in the Spring. And the purpose of the layer, the control layer is the entry purpose. Entry purpose. The service layer which is used for business logic purpose. Business logic purpose. And the third layer, repository layer, which is used for database activities. Database activities. These three are the major layers. Okay, and controller entry level plus basic level and response. Controller entry level plus basic layer and response. And how we can for these three layers, controller, service, and whenever one layer takes another layer, controller, uh, how we say, uh, we need to we need to initialize the data from one layer to another layer. We uses via interfaces only. Okay, to access whenever uh, whenever the controller layer wants to talk with the another layer, that will be possible only via interfaces only. I will write it down here. When whenever whenever one layer talks to another layer, we will talk via interfaces only. Interfaces. Okay, let me highlight this. Okay, next, and controller directly don't directly talk with to dev, should always via service. The controller direct can't talk directly to dev. What? Number one layer, controller layer, is don't talk with the repository. Shall always via service servlets. Okay, services. And next, let's create a project. Today's experiment. Let's create a new controller. I'm launching. I'm creating a new controller. Control. Yes, controller. Right click, new, and right click, new. Yes, the name as my controller. Controller, my controller. Okay, it's my controller. It's, yeah, my controller. Yeah, and AP rest rest control space imported. next, and we are adding request map. So request request map. Yeah, it is added. Then my controller was yes. Then let's create simple method. Public string process method. Make it a post mapping. Post mapping. Post mapping. Yeah, and writing as process and return type return process done. Process is done. Right. Then we got to end up this. Next. Okay, we are successfully coded. Then we will run it. Now the process is done. Now we have to run this program in the API file main. Some errors are came, so I'm not modified it. Now I'm running this application using running this program uh, Alt Shift X. Alt Shift X. Alt Shift X. Yeah, we can see uh, J. What is it? Run Java application. Just click on it. Uh, editor doesn't mind type. Okay. Now, okay. I have done a mistake here. It's running again. J. So already Shift X J. Okay. Double click on it. Yeah, that's it. I'm getting again error. So now session does not contain any. Yeah, I'm pausing this video. Now continue. X J, Alt Shift X J. Okay, now Alt Shift X J. It's running. Main method is running. Again it's failed. Already check the error. Alt Shift X J. Let's start again. X J. It's loading. Yeah, it's working. Main method is done. Now I'm calling this one, the REST API testing Postman. Yes, controller and process. Sending it. The output has come. Process done. Yeah. Next. Next. Yeah. Now we go to the basic. As we discussed, Spring Framework will take care of managing end-to-end lifecycle in the Java objects, like loading in memory, creating objects, assigning tasks whenever they requested, and deleting. Let's write it out. Springboot take care of managing end-to-end lifecycle of Java, like loading, creating creating objects, and assigning tasks whenever we require. Assigning task whenever required, and deleting. Yeah, these will take care. These are all things will take care by Spring. And this concept in the Spring Boot is called as IOC. IOC. That means inversion of control. Inversion of control. Then now we need to learn Spring Boot annotations. Spring Boot annotations and container. Let's discuss some component annotation. Now I'm not going to the through code. I'm just explaining about the theoretical part about annotation. The component annotation. The component annotation. The Spring Boot restart maintaining this object. And controller should have access to this object which is provided by Spring. The object which is being managed by the framework that you should use, not to create your own object again. Okay. Spring Boot Let's we talk about field injection. Injection. The best example for the field injection, the annotations auto wide, private, service, my services. Then another annotation, constructor injection. Constructor injection. Injection annotation. That means inject via constructor. Via constructor. Yeah, these are some annotations, and let me discuss another two more exclusive annotations. We are just discussing about theoretical part only. Those two exclusive annotations. That one, first one, if service annotation, service annotation. Second one, repository, and service annotations is used, and in the service annotation, business logic is involved, and in the repository annotation, database logic involved. Database. Okay. Next, as we discussed, these two are the service annotation and repository annotation are the child class of component, and child class of component is generic in nature. Component is generic in nature. Okay, let me discuss another annotation. We are just discussing about the theoretical part. Okay, we'll do another video with the live example. Now, the container. In the container, we have two types of container. The first one, bean factory container. This is basic version. The second one, second application content context container. Context container. This is advanced rule. Advanced version. Let and the application context container more fact, more features, more powerful, more maintenance. Okay, advantages, more features, more features, powerful, and maintenance. Springboot provides Springboot. And now discuss Springboot provides default support to the application content context container. Springboot provides default support application context container. The concept of Springboot. Here we have to talk about Spring Bean. Spring Bean. The object which are managed by Spring Frame inside the container is called as Spring Bean. This way discuss. The object which is managed by Spring Framework inside container is called as Spring Bean. Now, finally, these are the theoretical part as we discussed about Spring and Springboot. The main three layers and interfaces Springboot DC like loading, creating objects, and inversion control. And some annotations component field injection, auto varied, construction injection, exclusive annotations. These are all we discussed. Let we discuss with some examples in another video. Okay. Um. Okay. As of now, I'm closing my session. Let we discuss clearly in the next video. Okay. Thank you.